Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Jalen Hurts, the Eagles, big win, Southern Hemisphere locked in. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Jalen Hurts, the Eagles, nice win versus the Pack in Brazil. I don't know if I said that right. I did watch Fast 5. But right here, first attempt of the year. We get a little A without that A accuracy. I like the drop. Someone might be, right in our lap at left guard here on skates. But this is one of those throws where I just think it's interesting to watch what the kind of more fingerprints look like on this system with this group of skill players. So for me here, call this, whether you want to call this a deep out or a corner, doesn't really matter. Something in the flat right here. Usually something like this, you're going to read whatever that flat corner defender, flat defender does. I think this throw, if it's put on the money, is there. And again, accuracy, no. Anticipation, yes. So it's one of those things. It's the first throw of the year. We're not going to freak out. Again, left guard, skates right in our lap. He lets that thing go right there. You can see A.J. Brown at the top on the 15, not out of the break yet. Again, the ball's just a little bit high and behind us. So again, I'm going to guess that this is a corner. And again, this is where the real nuance of playing offense comes in. So if this is a corner and our landmark is like 25, well, versus man, does it change? Do we turn it into more of a manned flat route? And if we do, can we be on the same page with what that looks like as far as the expectation for where the ball location is? Because this is 2nd and 15. And we really should get a first down here. So again, could he make that catch? Probably, but it should and probably could be a better throw as well. And it's a bummer because we know the next play is an interception. So little things like this add up. And again, it's great to get the win when you turn the ball over like this early in the game, but it's going to be hard to replicate, getting a win like this when you have bad turnovers that we'll see early on in this game. Next one here. Here's the first pick, 3rd and 15. Now, this is a little bit of a trick-em-dick-em as far as the snap. There's no real cadence here. It's probably a no cadence. They're trying to alleviate some of the pass rush. I personally think this ball is very late, Captain, right down the middle of the field. I will say I don't like the footwork that's tethered to it as well. I think this play is most often played with 3 and a hitch. This is like 3 and a shuffle. Now, again, we can't get through the throw. We get hit a little bit. I think there's a few things here. I'm not necessarily, saying a hard no to the decision here. I think it's potentially there. So concept-wise, when I'm used to playing this play, or take the middle of the field or the seam, these are usually called fallouts or turnouts. So if you can take the go, if not fall out of it. I personally think this is some iteration of Tampa. So we're going to run to the middle, split field safety. I think we end up getting a go up top as well. So if you like this versus the mic on what I consider the, 3 and a hitch maybe, as far as the normal drop. So 3, hitch, throw this, rip this. Okay. And if he turns and starts running this way, with his back turn, I think that's a throw a lot of guys in the league will make. If you don't like it, if it's muddy at all, say this second level of the defense just gets crazy depth because it's 3rd and 15. All you have to do, check it down, live to fight another day. Punting after a 3rd down completion is okay. So again, and the other part here is watch the offensive line. So there's no cadence. The center just puts his hand on the ball. All the offensive linemen are playing statue here. Really intricate job there at left tackle there with the finger out. That's high level stuff. Snap it, 1, 2, 3. And again, you can see the shuffle right at the back. So the drop, false step, whatever. That's what they teach. Great. 1, 2, 3, hitch, throw. Now, again, it's probably not there yet. So I'm probably checking the sucker down. But again, if you're there, and here's that Mike linebacker running to the middle of the field, he's got his back turned, right? He's looking this way, and you like this, you can put a back shoulder or drill it right on him. All right. But again, what is this curl defender doing? If they're getting depth, just, again, it's one of those things. I get it. Okay. It's much easier with a clicker and a marker, but this is a bad pick. I don't know if I've ever seen a kind of middle hole shot picked by the other safety coming from the other side of the field. And again, I understand that there are some pass pro issues as well as people getting pushed back on our lap, but the ball is late. I don't think the drop is connected to the concept. Again, the left tackle left guard continues to be on skates here early on. Remember when the Iowa tight ends used to play like this, like the left guard right there? Whoop. Late. And again, right there, if you can drive it, great, but you can't get through the throw. Now, he doesn't know he can't get through the throw. And then that happens. So just a bummer on many levels. Rough start, and it's not over yet. Next one here, 3rd and 6, another turnover. So, as we continue to figure out what this offense will be as far as Jalen Hurts' command at the line of scrimmage, you understand losing a Hall of Famer at center is going to impact a lot of the pass protection, the snap execution. You obviously don't want to, what looks like, snap it early here right off the chest of the quarterback. So hard to put this necessarily totally on Jalen Hurts. I do personally think it's going to be fascinating to see what it's like to see him communicate at the line of scrimmage, especially thinking that he's taking over the pass protection kind of generalship. And so we'll talk about it later as far as some hot opportunities, but I love the command at the line of scrimmage, having the quarterback locked in on where the hots are, because if you're a fan of the channel and you're a fan of the Eagles, you probably heard me in the past say this offense's main blind spot was the lack of hots. And I do think we saw some positive steps in the right direction. Obviously not right here where we throw a chest pass right off his chest. He's not even looking at the snap, but we'll see some better plays moving forward. This is the stuff that just has got to get cleaned up. Like I don't really know what the center's doing, because all night we had the guard helping us be able when to snap it, right? The guard's looking behind him. I mean, is someone yelling, snap it? Well, I don't understand. I can't make sense of this besides for the fact that this is a bummer. This can't happen in the league. And it's crazy that they actually overcame these two nasty backed up kind of turnovers. All right, next one here, 3rd and 2. We're going to get a fast form motion from the back. We're going to get a free play, the defensive tackle jumping, and we're going to hit the slant up top. Nice little 1-2, ball out. Great. I love a good fast 4 because I think it's an easy indicator of what the defense is in, man zone match. So when the back goes in motion like this and the linebacker runs, it's some iteration of man or match. Now it helps when the guy who's dropping over the ball slips. Well, we got people slipping all over the place on this field. Nice execution, nice catch by 11. Again, it's just nice to be able to see how they're going to navigate these 3rd downs. Quick game like this, you don't really have to worry about the hots, but the ball comes out quickly. It's decisive, feet 11, all really good things. You got to be excited about kind of the design. Modern offense looks like Hurts is under control, comfortable, decisive, ball out on time, first down. All right, next one here, starting the 2nd quarter. This is a missed opportunity for me. So I'm used to calling this long trap, right guard going. They're going to end up playing 3-by-1, 4 verticals out of 12 personnel. I think this is a missed opportunity, and it's one of those things where it will go down as just a nothing burger incompletion. But when you look at the space in the middle of the field, and they got split field coverage here, for me, I would love to see the tight end take the middle of the field. And again, every offense is going to be a little different, and we're going to get into the weeds here a little bit on this play, but I'm most used to calling this route a special. So first off, let's be really clear what's going on. This to me is 4 verticals. So all these guys are presenting verticals to the defense. Now it doesn't, when it's 3-by-1 like this, 1 eligible, 3 eligibles, the common West Coast verbiage for this route. So this is a seam route. You want to usually get 4 or 5 yards inside the safety's face. This route is called the special. And every unit I was ever around taught it a little different. And so when you get split field coverage here, so the middle of the field is open in 3-by-1, the read is usually right here. And so when you get it with a nub, a lot of teams will run corner or out. Okay, but that's a vertical, presents a vertical to a defense. And the corner right here is going to occupy that. There's so much space in the middle of the field here that I personally like to give a lot of freedom to this route to be able to get up there and say, instead of saying, hey, you got to get to the landmark, 4 yards inside the numbers or cross the hash at a certain depth. The whole thing is designed for you to get up there and attack the middle of the field. So get up there and, it's easy and kind of sloppy to say just get up there and win to space. But there is sometimes it is that simple. Don't run to get covered. And so for me, this is one of those ones where you turn on the film and you're like, damn, this is a big missed opportunity here that we easily could have had a chunk up the middle of the field. So play fake, middle of the field. And again, the safety does a good job recovering, but you can see that safety down here to the bottom, 29. He's got 2 verticals running at him. And we're doing ourselves no favors by going under the mic. So right there, as this guy's sitting right here, what I'm calling the mic linebacker, you can't get pushed over to this safety, right? You want to take this thing and push to this space. And this is the hit. And again, you don't get a whole lot of opportunities. They actually do get a decent amount of opportunities where more kind of schemes up shots down the field. But this is a pretty normal play, 3x1, 4 verticals. And we've got a chance there, but we kind of run to get covered. See how close the tight ends are down here to the bottom? That's not the spacing we're looking for. And then from Jalen's perspective, once you don't have that special here, just get the ball down. Check down. Boom, check down, check down. Just play it just a little bit faster. So the combination of the spacing down the field and the timing to the check down, as opposed to try to extend, try to make some magic play happen. Now we got to throw the ball away. Just play the play as it plays out. So don't predetermine where it goes. It looks like 88 should get it. No, check down that fast. And again, I personally would prefer Barkley to just turn around, but make him right. Nothing burger. Next one here, touchdown pass. Beautiful play design, getting Barkley on the wheel. We're going to get double post down here to the bottom with Brown and Smith. Great clears. And then this is a beautiful throw. Nice catch. Go up, body that thing. Make sure you're in the end zone. Well done. Outstanding. Again, it's pretty sweet to see a running back get down the field, catch a wheel like this. Again, that dude's a special player. Been a special player for a long time. Weird to see him in this uniform, to be honest with you. But pretty sweet design as well. So when I'm saying double post down here to the bottom, I'm saying these are essentially glorified clears. So post from the backfield where the touchdown comes from. We're going to get through here. And it almost plays out a little bit like leak. And then if that's not there, you've got the tight end kind of coming across on the shallow. So trying to probably work this thing 1 to 2. And this is a great play anytime you get any iteration where these guys are going to match or run with these posts. What you don't want is like a flat defender just out here by himself. And that's bad. What you do want is guys to run. So you want these guys to run with the post, follow the post, although he kind of sniffs it out. But it creates that kind of match void. These are those like match beaters where if you're going to run with our studs down here to the bottom, we're going to use that to our advantage, have them as clears, touchdown. And again, I love red zone shots that throw the ball in the end zone as well. So just a really nice job. Great. You can see, more design here. Outstanding. And if it wasn't there, you've got the tight end on the shallow, right? Right in your vision. So Barkley, yes. If Barkley was no, there's the tight end. Big time. Love it. All right, next one here. Perhaps my favorite quick out ever, favorite play from this game. We're going to end up getting a quick out thrown down here to the bottom, verse 0. We are hot. Okay, now the whole operation of this needs to be built into the context to show how impressive this is for Jalen Hurts. In the past, I can't recall ever seeing him take command of the line of scrimmage with the pass protection, changing routes, signals, late signals, all to get an answer. Now, it might not be the perfect answer as far as throwing into a hot, but he gets the ball out of his hand. Look at the command at the line of scrimmage. Okay, get into whatever you want. Pass protection, make sure we're locked in. Signal, whatever. Break a stick. Don't care what it is. Watch the signal to the left at the very end. Oh, I'm getting 0. One more. Little signal. There it is. Boop. Boop. Ball out quickly. Free runner from the right. Now he takes a big shot in the back, but that's playing quarterback in the league too. I just I can't tell you the relief that it feels like to see a dude go from having no hot answers for years, and it really being the blind spot, in my opinion, of this unit, to losing a Hall of Fame player who's a really good player, no doubt about it, but you see the immediate growth, the immediate improvement. And it's not like I was the only one that ever saw it or called it out. It was just that I felt like we struggled through this, man, for years. First game of the year. Boom. And again, quick outs, not my favorite. You know, if we tackle here, we're punting, but it's tough to tackle in space. Ball comes out on time, we're slipping and sliding, and now it's a little mini chunk. It's just, it really does. It's outstanding. Really well done from Jalen Hurts. Love to see it. And it wasn't the only one. Okay, we're going to see some more later in this one, even the same drive, where he's able to play these things, get the ball out of his hand, be hot. So free runner to the right. Look at the little signal too at the end. Outstanding. Free runner to the right. Timing, quick game, doesn't matter. Ball out. Right on him. Make somebody miss. Hey, yeah. Next one here, another beautiful Moore design play. This is going to be post bluff wheel to the bottom. So we've got the slot Smith running a bluff wheel. Watch him bluff the flat defender, wheel. And there's really nowhere to go with the ball if it's not there. So it's a great kind of scheme them up, create a chunk opportunity here. Usually paired, you're going to bluff that bubble, bluff, drive it. To me, this is a zone-centric play. So you really want to manipulate that flat defender. And again, it really helps. What I love is not only the design. So we'll talk about just kind of what this play is. Here's the post. Here's where the ball's going on that bluff wheel. So he comes out, bluff the flat defender. So as this flat defender thinks he's going to come out and it's got to make this tackle on the bubble coming across back here. So he's thinking he's going to charge this thing, make a bubble. All we do is slip right by him right into this little hole. And the reason that it works so well here is because this dude is a dude. And they've got to respect him in everything that he does. So as he gets out of here, and I would say this, not going 100 miles an hour, but still, he's enough of a threat just being on the field that it opens this hole for Smith down here. So bluff, wheel. Again, you know, you be the judge if 11 is going 100 miles an hour. No, boom, right there, beautiful hole shot, great manipulation of space with scheme. So you combine the formation, who's who in the zoo, where is everybody, with the motion to create the execution, to create a chunk, big play down the sideline. Absolutely well done, high-level offense. So this next one here, again, plays out like it's a little hot. Again, we're throwing the hot away from the free runner without knowing the intricacies of what their pass protection call here is. I would say most NFL lines would hope to pick this pressure up by fanning this out at the right guard, right tackle to be able to block this thing. Because technically, if the center goes to the right, even if he's going to the linebacker type, so if the point is here and these three guys are saying, hey, we've got these three, if it's some sort of man slide, which this is where the slide thing comes into kind of can get blurry. I think of these things as man zone slides. So what is that? And again, this is my thought process, not what the Eagles do. I don't know what the hell Kellen Moore teaches, but I'll say just kind of understanding philosophically how these work is we've got the three most dangerous. So let's pretend we're playing center. Okay. So we make the call. This is the point. So we've got the guy with his hand on the ground, the guy with his hand on the ground, these three. Well, if he gets out of there and leaves, we want to go to the most dangerous three. So we would push this thing out. But that has to happen in real time. So what you end up getting is you pass setting, kicking, and you get push. You essentially have to accordion this thing out, push, push, push. Now, it's easier said than done, and it's a hell of a lot easier to get the center and guard to do it than to push it all the way out to the tackle. Because these guys get paid to block edges. They block guys who get hand in the ground, not block little guys. But when you get fanned out like this, you'd love to get this picked up. And I think most offensive line coaches in the league would expect this to get picked up. So you can see the center gets there. The guard's a little slower, and the right tackle is never going to get pushed out by the right guard. So you end up being kind of hot, and he does a nice job of getting the ball out. Again, it's not what I would consider like a traditional hot route where you would throw the hot into the free runner. Like if you knew you were hot to the right, you'd probably throw it to the guy going in motion. That would be kind of your hot swing wheel. Again, he's playing it away. So it is an answer. Just because it's not my favorite answer doesn't mean it's not a good play. I think it's always a good play to get the ball to this guy in space. But I just want you to understand kind of not only, hey, we threw another hot, which is outstanding, to, hey, we don't have Kelsey in there anymore to kind of push these slides or be able to have all these answers. Most teams should pick that up. Okay, so it can be all of those things. It's a lot. Next one here, not Hurt's best throw of the night. A bit of a sinker down here to the bottom to Brown. It's there. This is not my favorite design either. I feel like we saw this a decent amount the first week in the NFL where we kind of got ins or in breakers going towards each other. Don't think it gives a quarterback a great progression if there's nothing there. This is a really nice job of Jalen waiting for the second window. So top left corner, first window, no. Right, got the backer 58 running through there. But the backer's got his back turn, throw it right down the hash. Just can't throw a sinker. And again, there's almost nobody I can think of that has better hands going low, snatching this thing. But even Brown can't get it done there. And so it's one of those things where as you kind of go through this, it's not necessarily a, we're on the first read down here to the bottom, but it's second window. So the timing is a little bit later. And then again, the design here, when I'm complaining about the design, I'm just saying normally you don't see a lot of in paired with dagger like this. It's not illegal. I'm just saying, and again, we're no to the first window, yes to the second window with one of these linebacker types running through there. He's got his back turned. Just be able to keep that base, keep that weight balanced so you can put this thing exactly where you want. Don't get out all over on front of yourself and have this thing die on you like a sinker. But again, just look at the spacing here. You don't see ins running through like that at the same level very often in the NFL. A little chippy out there as well. So patience-wise here, you can tell he wants to rip this thing right off the fake. No, boom. The easy thing to do here, quarterback fundamental-wise, is to get lined up. So he looks like to me he's lined up to throw first window, and the ball's going second window, right? Like if you draw, I think the easiest way to do this is to draw a line for your toes. So if you take your toes and draw a line, some people say shoulders, ankle, eye socket, whatever the hell you want to say, hey, where are you lined up? Well, we're throwing the ball here. So when you don't get that first window, reset your feet, boom, to where you're going to throw it. Not everything needs to be a Stafford, no look, crazy ass arm angle. Again, that's not easy to do. So right here, he's stepping left, throwing right, and we're throwing a sinker. Very next play here, we're going to rip the deep hook down here to the bottom to Brown. I'm used to calling this play oceans. It's just deep hooks. It's like deep Hank, if I'm being honest. It's a very nice catch. Again, I think the ball location could be better, but a catch is a catch. Usually you read this thing inside out. Whether he's playing buddy ball here or maybe they read it differently. I would also say normally you wouldn't think you would throw it into rotation, but it works out right here. So what is this play? This play, and the reason I say ocean just because you need bigger hooks in the ocean. I don't know. I was a river guy. Deep hook, deep hook. And normally you would read this saying 1, because this usually happens a little bit shallower, and then wherever the squeeze comes from, you go 2 to 2. Now, in addition, if you get any sort of rotation like this, I would say most times it's going to go 1 here, 2 here. But again, it works. Good for you. Just trying to make sense of the process here, how he got here. It might just be good enough to say, hey, buddy ball. And again, those hooks are all at the same level, so maybe they read it differently. Ball out on time. Again, maybe this is his 5-step drop. Maybe it's 3 in a shuffle. Maybe that's what they teach. Maybe that's what he's comfortable with. You don't see a lot of people do it like this, but he's certainly lined up to the left. The ball comes out on 1 hitch. It's definitely not right where you'd want it to be as far as the precision of the accuracy. A.J. Brown makes it look easy. This is not the easiest catch in the world down by your knees like this. But that's a chunk, and we're rolling. Next one here, 3rd and 7. This is quite possibly the best mesh deke I've ever seen. The number 2, A.J. Brown at the bottom. Watch him deke the mesh. Da-dunk. Oh, my God. It's beautiful. One of those ones that happened close enough to the ball where you could see it during the actual broadcast as well. But this is a thing of beauty. 3rd and 7. I got on him a little bit for effort on the one wheel to Smith, but this is world class. So as he comes across here, he's going to deke, set that mesh up for the tight end coming across. And this is just murder. And again, maybe he was, perhaps falling as he was doing this before the deke got there, but this is craft. That is that is as good as you will ever see. But boop, see ya. I mean, it's beautiful. Art. Da-dunk. Perfectly thrown. Turns in a little punt return left. Violence on the boundary. Simply outstanding from A.J. Brown. Simply outstanding. World class. Again, is he falling before he gets there? I don't think so. I think he just trips because he sees A.J. Brown coming about to Debo his ass. Bump. Oh. Yeah. Next one here. Just under 2 minutes left to go. Second quarter, right before half, we're going to hit Smith down here, the number 1 on a little option or choice route. Being on the same page, 4th down, being able to do stuff like this, outstanding. So you're essentially running the tight end on like a clear 7 to the left, 88. And then Smith just can pick and choose. Does he want to go in, out, settle up? Da-dunk. They're on the same page. Again, is it a perfect throw? The ball kind of splits the 2 defenders. It looks like it takes him to the ground. So maybe he doesn't put it exactly where he wants. But that's a big time conversion on 4th down, right? Going in to score, kind of in that no man's land. Great. Again, you can tell it's one of those choices or options by the skip off by Smith at the bottom. Up, settle, boom. And that's pretty excellent execution on really crucial situational football, right? 4th and 3. Who knows what coverage you're going to get? Probably thinking some iteration of man. They zone it up. Boom. Put it on him. Well done. Same drive here. 31 seconds left. This is that Oceans play again, the deep hooks. Again, I'm not going to tell you how they read it. Normally it's read over the ball to the squeeze. The ball probably should go to Brown again up top if he's the number 1. No. Again, we end up getting the ball to the check down, but this probably should be a bigger chunk down the field. You'll be able to see it from the end zone here. Do you think Smith is open over the ball? I probably think he can fit that in. So again, how they're playing it, again, it looks like he's a little all over the place with his head. So he's at the back of his drop right there. If you don't like Smith over the ball, rip it to the right like you did the last time, right there. A.J. Brown is open to the right. But so for me here, both of those guys are open. He doesn't like it though. Check it down. Protect the ball. I get all of those things, but that's not a big gain. Clock is rolling. It's one of those things where, again, just play the play that's called. Sometimes I feel like Jalen can get a little fast going through some of these things. So let them get their depth. Again, where's the squeeze? It's actually the same, damn near same coverage. We get the rotation this way. So the same last time he put it to 11. It's just the play was flipped. Probably think again, if you don't like this, right here, 2, boom, it's there. Now again, footwork wise here, I think he could help himself by doing a traditional 5-step drop. I would call this 3 in a shuffle. Again, maybe that's what they teach, but the timing of this looks like a 5 in a hitch would help. And maybe this is his 5, 1, 2, 3. Maybe he 1, 2, 3, and then watch 4, 5 kind of all happen on top of each other. So just take another crossover, give it some time down the field, drive that thing. Again, there's nothing wrong with getting a completion, but I think when there are turn down opportunities down the field, it's one of those things you just got to examine why. Is it the timing? Is it the wide receivers not, getting the correct depth, getting rerouted? That looks like they're both there to me. Take your pick. Instead, we're bouncing around. We're a little unsettled. We get a check down, but we don't get the big yardage that we should. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for taking the time and doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, the courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep dives in my favorite football topics. We have a course on RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is how to beat every coverage. We even have an entire offense available for you. So hop over there and enroll. You can check out all the courses at the new Quarterback School website, dqbschool.com. Get over there, ask me anything. A really fun, interactive way to dive into the library of content available through the channel. And then finally, make sure to follow me across all social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. All right, here, second half. Let's get it going with a double move up top. A.J. Brown. We got the bones of shallow cross down here to the bottom. We got a double move from Brown. Beautiful throw. And that's to the house. Love it. The aggressiveness, beautiful throw from Jalen Hurts. Outstanding effort from Brown to get in the end zone. Quick little short motion, again, condensed formation. Beautiful throw, right on the money, right on stride, buddy ball. Got no chance right there. Woo! Love it. Look at your boy. I think he's an interesting cat, man. All the way down there. He wants to get in there and celebrate like he's a dude. That's outstanding. So design-wise here, you see the quick little motion. Again, just putting stress on a defense from different ways. Condensed, shuffle out. We're going to fake that quick out and hit that thing. If it wasn't there, you'd come back and just play traditional shallow cross. And they hit shallow cross later in the game for a nice gain. So you can see it's paired with traditional shallow cross. But we go out there, we're going to be aggressive. We find the matchup we want. Middle field closed, man, one-on-one with our dude, double move, over aggressive corner, got him. And it's a beautiful throw. Nice touch. Again, I joke with the buddy ball thing, but you can tell they've got a good relationship, good connection. Right on the money, outstanding job of taking an opportunity when it's there. So you pair it with a traditional concept. So if you get the look you like, let it rip. If not, you see shallow cross. The hook over the ball, the shallow. Nice little pocket movement. Does he get his eyes down here? You feel the right guard? No? Beautiful. And that's outstanding weighted ball. The trajectory of it hits you right in stride, and that allows you to get this yak. And then Brown just does what he does, runs away from him. Big time play. Next one here. So for my count, we ended up calling inverted Hank 4 times in this game. Now, this is as open as you'll ever see. And again, I'm assuming that they're calling this thing inverted Hank. Again, it's my language, not their language. But Hank, to me, for all you kind of first time to the channel people, is going to be a sit over the ball. And then it's traditionally paired with a hook flat. Okay, so this is traditional Hank. And you read that thing off the squeeze. So this is one. And then whoever covers that, that's the side you go to work the curl flat. Inverted Hank to me is just now instead of running flat hook, we're going to run hook smoke or hook hitch. So it can be a smoke hitch, just like that. So that's inverted Hank. It's still Hank. It's a zone specific play. And when it works, and it's even better when they vacate zones underneath here by bringing an extra linebacker, you're going to have all sorts of space. So that's what that space is over the ball. Really nice job here getting it out of your hand. Nice, easy chunk. That's as easy as it gets. So really well done. Again, 1, 2, 3, put it on it. Boom. Can't happen fast enough. Get vertical. Let's go. So now we're into real Hank alert. Hank alert. Hank alert. So we're going to call it again. This time, they're going to play some iteration of man or match to it. Much harder to have an answer here. So no over the ball. Yes to the hook down the field. Again, throw a bit of a sinker. Nice job being able to find it again. So it's working. There's no doubt about it. It's the same, it's the same type of play. I think this is a much harder way to get it. So whether you want to call this man, brackets, whatever you want to say here, read this thing inside out. 1, where's the squeeze come from? 2, 3, all the way out to the hitch or the smoke. So they're certainly putting this thing to work in Brazil. Probably going to have to put it on the shelf till October, but it's there. I mean, that's a lot of space. You can see the respect that Brown is getting, right? But everywhere else, versus match coverage, not open. So glad we found the one guy who had space here, because if it wasn't that, there's not a lot of great options. But again, 2 for 2, we're feeling good. hanks for days. Just keep going back to the well. They're definitely going to keep going back to the well here with this Hank thing. Again, the one thing I would say I've noticed from Jalen in this game, he's just a little bit on his toes more than I normally remember him. So to me here, I want to see him, he kind of gets all his cleats in the ground there eventually. But drive that thing as opposed to everything is ending up a little bit low, a little bit sinkerish, making life tough on Brown on some of these intermediate throws. Next one here, get lucky. All right, we're going to fake the bubble up top. Try to work kind of the bluff seam. Not there. Really throw a blind, which should be a pick six out there, and the ball's just dropped. Again, you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it, but I want us to enjoy it. If he could catch, he'd be playing offense, right? I mean, my goodness, that was a gift. So what is this play? We're going to get the bubble up top. So the fake bubble to the number 3. So here's the bubble. Come out here, pump this thing. These guys are going to come off like they're stock blocking. And we're going to get a stutter go and a stutter seam. Hey, we've already seen the bluff wheel out of this, right? This is just the same play, different routes down the field. Now it's paired here with a corner stop. I think the back gets out over here. Jalen's got enough time here for me, where normally this play is read inside out 1 to 2. You know, whether you want to invert that, it doesn't really matter. Back here would be 3. I would love to see him reset here, and this kind of operates as a check down. Now, even if it's covered right here, you just throw this thing into the stands, like we've seen him throw other balls in this game. If you're not going to come down here and work the other side on like a full field read, you just got to throw this thing in the stands. You can't blind chuck it out there. So could we come down here to the bottom of the screen? So no, 1, 2, tight end at the bottom. You know, I personally don't like corner stops versus man or match. You know, I probably would love to have a better backside route here, but they didn't ask me. Not there, not there. And oh, Jesus. I mean, this is 6 points the other way. This could be a huge 14-point swing. Just absolutely fortunate, turnover worthy, interceptable, almost interception, nerd, whatever you want to call it. No panic, no chuck. Jesus. Next one here, 3rd and 13. This is just a brutal interception. Red zone interception. 23 makes a hell of a play down here at the bottom. I'm used to calling this defense stump, brackets, playing man-to-man Meg on the outside player. And he makes a great job of seeing A.J. Brown and going and getting this thing. Now, maybe not the greatest decision in the world to bring it out, but this is there. And instead of Jalen Hurts necessarily having to kind of point his buddy in the direction to go, I would have loved to have seen him just throw it. And so it's just a little late more than anything else. So right there, you can see Brown mailbox that thing. Just throw it. But then watch 23. So 23 has 83 man-to-man, the guy on the right. He's then going to see Brown because Hurts is pointing. Or he just felt him, saw him. And then he's going to go make that play. That's a hell of a play from 23. No doubt about it. Baller. Outstanding. We got the double mailbox from Brown there. You know, could we throw that thing like high back 5? For sure. But I'd like to see him, instead of point right there, just throw it. If he throws it right there, Brown's going to score. He just doesn't trust it, needs to see him turn, and now we're late. And that's a hell of a play from 23. It really is. I don't want to take anything away from his capacity to essentially play man on someone else and on a scramble have the awareness to go cover the best player and know that that's where he's going to go with the ball. So we're at the bottom of the screen. This, to me, I'm used to calling stump coverage. He's got him man-to-man. They're essentially playing cone. It's not really called cone, but I think of it as cone because it looks like a cone here, right? These 3 for these 2. And however they want to sort this thing out. So, hey, we're going to come up to the corner up here, and then he just kind of turns this thing into a scramble drill. Well, 23, he's got this guy man-to-man out here. So he's going to feel this over the course of the play, and as he sees Jalen come out, he's then going to go hunt up the double mailbox in the middle of the end zone. It's an outstanding job. It really is. I just feel like the interceptions for me with Jalen were late. All day they were late. So the first one was late down the middle. This is late on the scramble throw down the middle. And again, you can see him point. It's already there. He's pointing. Brown has his hand up. Just trust it. Be on the same page. Play that thing out just a tick faster. And again, not DB school, but watch the corner down here to the bottom. Cover his guy. Go pick off someone else's guy. That's pretty sweet. Then he thinks he's going to take it to the house here. Great effort from Smith here also on the tackle as well. Chase him down from behind. Well done. Next one here, you know what's coming. Hank alert. Hank alert. We're going to get to 3x2. They're going to match it. Technically, he could just throw it to Brown again, the number 2 up top. It's open to me. Again, this is the problem with Hank for me. Any sort of man or match, you just get no good winners. I know A.J. Brown is winning up top, but that to me is more defensive technique than defensive coverage. Everyone is locked up. Nowhere to go with the ball. We got to go scramble. Now, again, it's nice to be able to do that. We see the field slippage. It sure looks like Hurts is getting into the play that he wants. So if he loves inverted Hank, hey, bro, have fun. Eat it up. I personally think it is a zone-centric play. I know they got it to work once first match. He's using his legs here. Not a world I don't want to live in. You guessed it, though. Hank alert. Hank alert. Do it again. This time, though, it's actually impressive for me because he plays it hot. Technically is hot. So he's able to get it out of his hands again. To me, this is now the 3rd hot we've seen. So they're bringing 6, right? They're rushing 6 right here. Center's going to the right. Even though I might not love the direction of the hot, it doesn't matter what I like. He gets the ball out of his hands. He plays it hot, guys. We threw 3 hots in the Southern Hemisphere. Things are a-changing. Let's go. Next one here. This is a bad look for Brown again at the bottom. To me here, he just gives up on the slant. He's the number 1 backside RPO. I'm not familiar with that type of route, coverage, tackle. Certainly should have been a penalty. We are reading the backside linebacker. So 50 whatever, 50 burger right here. He's unblocked. We're base blocking on the backside. So base. To me, I would bet is wide or outside zone, and they just fold this thing. So here, and then they'll fold the center in, let him pull. So what every defensive coordinator loves to say, hey, how do you stop RPOs? We'll just play man. Well, you shouldn't be able to play man double slant versus these 2 wide receivers, in my opinion. I don't give a shit what the leverage is. Now, it's bad leverage, no doubt. So slant or dart. Even if this guy is, sitting in here by himself, inside leverage you as you come out to run this thing, you've got to me, I want to make him think it's vertical and then slip underneath. And again, if he's inside like this, you really have to turn it almost like into a damn near button hook. You absolutely cannot give up on the play like this. So you be the judge at the bottom. He just stops. His buddy's trying to throw him the ball. We're trying to play buddy ball. Holy God. At least he didn't let it get picked. I mean, that if you're talking about the positives to come out of this thing, this is a fast way to not be able to do a lot of RPOs, though. You got to get in there and you got to win. At least keep running. Wow. Next one here, we're in a 4-minute offense mode. Up 2. This is why, you lift all those weights. This is why you squat as much as Jalen Hurts squats here. He's going to go take off, and he's just going to run through soles, drive his feet, keep his feet driving. Just absolutely backbreaker right in front of the Packers sideline. So I think the bummer here is that he's hot. Now, he's just able to kind of high school harry it and say, double middle fingers, I'll just take it myself. But if you're hot down here to the bottom, so we've got a free runner through the B gap, watch the shell here as we go in motion. This sure looks like 0 to me. So I personally would love to just throw the ball to Barkley down here to the bottom if we know we're hot. I'm not sure he does know he's hot. So, and again, I get it. We're not going to be perfect, okay? But free runner here, the easy hot answer in almost every offense is to just throw it hot here with this route distribution. The other thing I would say here is if this is where we're trying to read, so say we want to throw it here to whatever this is supposed to be, and this is 2, I got no problem with that. Then let's make the slide, the protection away from that. So now we're hot off one of these two, where our eyes will be. And we talked a lot about, we've been hot and made hot throws, but they haven't been into the hot yet. And this is an example of a potential hot throw down here to the bottom. He certainly sees the free runner because he just takes off and runs, but this isn't quarterback draw. You can tell he's looking left, block up the backside, as just kind of a philosophical approach that most teams live in. But again, you got to appreciate the leg drive, the strength, the ability to overcome whatever the pass pro issues are from this pass protection unit. Center's going to the left. He's sliding to 7. We're hot to the right. We're hot. We're hot. We're hot. We're hot. We just run. And it works. Hey, man, it's going to work sometimes. It's just not what I would consider sound offense. Next one here, still that 4-minute mode. This pretty aggressive play calling. 2nd and long. This is the same type of play that we hit the double move early in this half to Brown. If you remember, I said it's just shallow cross. Well, this time it's without the double move, and they just work the shallow cross. Remember that motion, that little bounce out from Brown? There it is. This time he just runs a quick out. So no, there's a shallow. I mean, that's the thing of beauty. That's as open as you'll ever see a shallow in the league versus man coverage. Running from way back there, and that is some horrific tackling. 2023 business decisions there. That's a bummer. So again, the play that we hit for the touchdown was right here. Dink! Got him. Okay, this time, no go. Now it's just this. And again, here's that true shallow cross. So over the ball hook. Here comes the shallow. Almost always paired with a backside deeper hook. And there it is. And again, when you get someone voiding an area and you got to play man-to-man from the heavens here, that's a long way to run to go cover a shallow. So excellent call. Thought Kellen Moore really played to his strengths as this game went down, and wound down in this, because he was able to keep being aggressive. 2nd and long here. A lot of teams just run it. Right here, we're going to be aggressive. They're going to tackle poorly, and that's another first down. Just a backbreaker. So poor tackling. I always think of poor tackling showing up early in an NFL season, or any season, to be honest. But we got to get him down right there. Again, 23, looks like he expects him to get him down as well. No. Oh my goodness, first down. Then the last one here, again, 2nd and long. We're going to hit a slant up top to Smith. This beautiful separation at the top. I really like this call. This to me is a better version of Dragon Lion. So if you're a fan of the channel, you've probably heard me say Dragon Lion is a dated play. This is the modern version of Dragon Lion. So Dragon Lion to me is slant, flat, with double slant. So here's the lion part of it. Double slant. You catch middle field closed, man, usually you want to throw one of these slants. Okay, so he ends up working the slant up top. The better play versus middle field closed nowadays, in my opinion, is inside fade, locked hitch. Now we get all this space. So technically he could have gone to 11 here. Now I think he makes the right decision here to take the better, easier throw. Not better throw, but easier throw. But you can see this thing play out to the bottom. We've got inside fade. So that's a pretty premium look for inside fade. But that's a beautiful route. Watch the patience at the top of this thing on the slant. Like, and then separate. Another first down. And again, just dripping the clock, right? Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Again, if I was talking to Hertz, the ball location felt like everything was going down for me. And to me, that usually means you're playing or throwing off a toesy platform instead of driving all your cleats into the ground, being more rotational. When I say toes, it's not just you're on your toes. It's that you're not generating the rotational force that you want. You're much more leaking energy up and sideways. So we want to rotate on that powerful base. So that is a wrap. Jalen Hurts, the Eagles, big win. Okay, this thing was all over the place. Certainly had some rough turnovers. I thought the turnovers, in short, could have been helped or avoided by being able to play this thing a little bit quicker, either on time with the drops or even in the scramble world, to be able to play that thing just a tick quicker and trust yourself. So the timing of it, I thought, led them astray. Now they also got a little lucky. He didn't get lucky on the snap that hit him in the chest, but did get lucky on a potential pick six going the other way on what should have been either get through the read or throw it away type situation. So certainly cleaning those things up will make things easier. But besides for that, I felt like there were some things to be excited about. I really like the offensive architecture, the design. You could see Kellen Moore's fingerprints all over this thing as far as taking chunks down the field with scheming people up, a little Boise flavor to those types of things, in my opinion. And then you saw what A.J. Brown brings to the big play picture. But from there, I really got excited about Jalen Hurts and his ability to at least get the ball out on hot situations. I think if you followed the channel for a long time, you know that I've thought that this has been a blind spot with this unit, whether it was Kelsey handling all the protections up front and the disconnect between the center and the offensive line, not communicating with the quarterback about who's who in the zoo and where we're hot. But I felt like, and it looked like, Jalen Hurts was in command at the line of scrimmage, whether he was redeclaring or he was getting the ball out of his hand before he got hit. I don't necessarily love being in the habit of throwing a hot route away from the free runner, but he did it multiple times. He looked like he was in command. It looked significantly better than it has looked in other years. So from those standpoints, I thought there's a lot to be excited about. Obviously got to clean up parts of it, but overall, that's a big win versus a pretty good opponent on the road, week one, fired up. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.